Lieutenant, how does it sound when I yell? All aboard!
Hey! Huh? Oops! What? Wow! Yeah!
Hello, everybody in the internets, and welcome to episode 8. I have the number right this time. And the numbering may have changed at some point, but it
you
is.
said it was 8 during my podcast, though.
This one's 8. Last one was 7.
8. Oh, okay.
Yeah. I fixed it. This is the show where we suffer through the entire good and bad of Disney Plus. I am your host, Collins, and joining me today are my lovely guests.
Hold up.
Joining me today.
There you go.
Lovely?
Are my lovely guests,
We're lovely.
Cameron and Doug, and no special guest because call out
Everyone's
of the
losers.
week, Kiefer flaked.
Shocker.
Suck it.
Now, the poll is, are we going to give Cody a second chance finally? Or are we going to get Logan to come on?
Logan.
Ooh.
Okay, Logan, we'll put it up to a vote. I vote Logan.
I vote Logan.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Cody, you're going to have to try real hard to earn that trust
You're gonna
back,
get,
dude.
You're going to get on eventually.
Is he, though?
Yes.
Can it be after I graduate?
Hey. We'll get you on after Logan. If Logan flakes.
Unless B wants to come back.
Yeah.
You get pushed out because of
Oh,
me.
imagine if B was on this one. Anyway.
Oh, man.
This
She would
week...
hate this
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
This
she
week,
would.
we watched episodes 1 through 5 of The Incredible Hulk, the 1996 animated series by directors Ron Myrick, Ernesto Lopez, Tom Tataranowicz, Richard Trueblood, Dan Thompson, Dick Seabast, and Leo D. Sullivan. When research scientist Bruce Banner is blasted with a gamma-ray bomb during an experiment gone wrong, he develops a dangerous alter ego, a mean, green monster known as the Incredible Hulk, who emerges when he gets angry.
Oh, boy.
Initial thoughts?
Oh, okay. I thought you went right into the plot.
No,
I was like,
no.
wait a
That was
second.
the stinger.
I was blacking out.
That's a stinger?
I'm gonna unplug this.
You do that. Why are you
Have you
unplugging
seen this
that?
before? What was your experience watching it the first time or second time? Cameron, you start.
Never seen it before. Obviously. Watching it the first time, it was being videotaped.
Oh, we're getting some BTS footage.
Anyway, so my first
Just chucking stuff.
Go on.
my first experience with this was it was rough. This was a crazy show.
So
Yeah.
I'm assuming that this was your first experience with it.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
You just said, I thought you made it sound like it was just the first time you watched it was rough, not that this was your first time watching it.
Oh yeah.
Mean what you say, dang it.
This was my first time watching
There
it.
you go.
And it was rough.
Doug Schulte.
I second that, actually. I feel like I've watched things similar to it, though. Like episodes of other shows have the same kind of theme, like, oh, he gets angry, so he becomes an unstoppable monster.
Yeah.
But never to the degree of it's the Hulk in a cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was a mess.
This was also my first time watching it. It did remind me a lot of the Lou Ferrigno 60s show, I want to say. Had a very similar structure.
Which one are you thinking of? I'm not.
the live action one, where he had, green makeup on and was the Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They literally had two different actors, one for Bruce Banner, one for
And
the
one
Hulk.
for the Hulk,
Yeah,
yeah.
one that steroided up, and then
Yes.
the other
Yeah.
one was just.
And except
Yeah,
that one
exactly.
had a they both have formulas. They're a little different. This one deals with him trying to cure himself, and that one just deals with him just trying to lay low. And there isn't like General Ross and as big of explosions and aliens and whatnot.
I mean, we have to remember, though, too, with it being a cartoon, generally speaking,
You get away with a lot.
they get away with a lot, but they're also designed for kids. So I think having him try and cure himself makes more sense to kids than him just trying to hide.
Yeah.
Hiding Hulk, at least for me as a kid, like, why would you hide that? That's like the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know how I would have liked this as a kid.
I wouldn't have.
Probably not.
That's why it's only one season. No one liked it as a kid.
So this is the first episode where we've done a TV show, and it basically has the same format. We'll be going episode by episode,
Okay.
and we watched 5 of them because that's all that we had the time for.
Ooh.
Wait, are we gonna rank each episode separately?
No,
No,
we're not.
thank
Oh,
goodness.
okay.
I do have the IMDb scores for each episode.
Oh
We'll
my
bring those up.
gosh.
Nice. We gotta look at all these actors.
And apparently there is a second season.
What?
There is, but it's not on Disney Plus.
Where is it?
I don't know. I don't think it's
That's
available
weird.
for
Lost on the
streaming.
internet?
You can probably get it on like buy it on Amazon Video or.
Can I look that up?
Sure. Yeah.
How did they get the funding for another season?
That's what I want to know.
It's weird.
But we begin with episode 1. The show debuted on the 8th of September, 96. The Return of the Beast, Part 1. This got a 7.2 out of 10.
Really?
Yes.
7.2 out of 10?
Well,
Holy cow.
Which critics did this?
This is IMDb.
Oh my god.
Bruce Banner builds a machine in order to finally cure himself of the Hulk. The experiment fails when the laboratory is attacked by General Ross and Major Talbot. Banner becomes the Hulk, but is eventually calmed by Betty Ross. The non-powered Banner is then captured by the military, who make an attempt to cure him of the Hulk. Meanwhile, the Leader and Gargoyle send them Abomination to halt their efforts.
Yay, Abomination.
Yeah, this
know.
is
No.
fish Abomination looking thing with the
Well, I mean, that's
fins.
kind of what Abomination is. He's just he's a little
very
bit
different than the
in
live
each.
action Abomination,
Yeah.
and where he's a creation of. They don't explain.
Yeah,
Anything
I
in the
don't
show.
know anything about the origin of.
It doesn't give the origin of the.
Abomination,
Well, it kind of gives the origin of the Leader, where like he has the same gamma power and.
He got
thing.
dunked in gamma rather than getting blasted.
Oh
with it.
right, he fell off.
He pulled a Red Hood.
Yes.
He kind of pulled a Joker.
No, he
Well,
pulled
that's what I
Joker,
mean
not
by Red Hood.
Oh.
What?
Oh, Deep Cut, the original Red.
Red, yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so I'm on Amazon Prime
As
right
in
now.
Robin?
No.
No, as in Joker.
Yeah,
Joker
Joker,
was the original Red Hood.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Anyway,
the-
yeah, he gets dunked, and instead of becoming super strong, he becomes super smart.
It is a whole.
Anyway,
thing.
we get introduced to Leader and Gargoyle, and
Yeah.
yeah,
Leader and Gargoyle, green guy and
I don't like. I mean,
gray
yeah,
guy.
Gargoyle is like the Hulk, except he turned small, and he
he's-
can't turn back.
Yep.
The Hulk can turn back, and so he wants the secrets of Banner, and to get. Gosh, this show.
Wait, does Gargoyle want the secrets of Banner? I thought Gargoyle
Yes.
just wanted the research.
Yeah, he wanted the research so he could turn back.
Yeah, Gargoyle wants to return human.
Oh,
Yes.
that's right.
Leader wants to siphon off of Hulk's powers to become big and a strong boy.
He wants to become Professor Hulk.
Yes.
So Amazon Prime only has season 1 as well.
Okay. Well, it was just
So-
on IMDb then that I saw that.
Yeah.
IMDb is not always right, so maybe
True.
it wasn't one.
Very true.
Mm-hmm. And so we got the character of Betty. I had forgotten Betty existed because she's only in the
Yeah.
MCU for one movie, played by
Which-
Liv Tyler.
That movie doesn't really even count
It is canon.
It's canon. I didn't
Yes.
say it wasn't canon. I just said it didn't count.
Oh, like
difference.
Agents of Shield
There's a difference.
and the Netflix shows.
Yep.
Oh man, is that really canon? The Agents of Shield?
Yeah, it's canon.
Dang.
In a very roundabout way.
The most recent season shouldn't be canon.
I haven't seen the most recent season. I got
haven't
to the
seen
point
any
where
of
they
it.
had like
Because
the AIs and stuff, and I quit. I was like, this is weird.
Oh yeah, the LMDs.
Yeah.
Yeah, life model decoys.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good season.
My
it was a weird
goodness,
season.
guys.
With that
Ooh,
one,
so
I can't remember
sorry.
what's that?
Ada.
Yeah, her.
Okay,
I love that.
we'll
actress,
get to
by the
Agents
way.
of Shield eventually. It's
Man,
not on Disney Plus.
We
Oh,
are
yeah,
we
it's
are
'cause
on
it's
a
ABC. Yeah.
tangent.
Sorry,
Okay, what do
yeah.
you want to talk about episode 1 then? Okay.
Just there were so
Betty
many.
calms him down.
Well, there were so many parts where the animation just didn't work.
Yeah. We
Like-
got introduced to the character.
Can I
of-
bring up the creepiness of Betty and her father's relationship?
a little? Yeah. Go a bit into it.
So in the first episode,
I'm gonna have
It's
to look
like-
up the
oh,
IMDb.
it's like
because
the
I-
Oh, that
first
was
5
we-
minutes
yeah.
too. It's very early
Oh.
on. Thunderbolt Ross is woken up.
I should not be in this chair.
Yeah, what are you doing with your life?
I don't know. Can I
Um,
switch?
He's woken up and told essentially like, "Hey, you need to come do some stuff." The Hulk is freaking out, and he's like, "Okay, fine." But then
She comes down the stairs in a
in a
robe.
bathrobe, or like in a bathrobe, yeah. And then she's
Well, I mean,
helping
she
him.
She had clothes on underneath.
Okay,
it, though.
but that's besides the point.
Okay.
She's helping him get
She's too old to be
dressed.
living in her dad's
Yes.
house.
Yeah.
Too old and too smart, and
Mm-hmm.
it's still weird that
she
she
also
is
has
helping
her
him
own
get dressed.
career, though.
Yeah, but
That's what I mean by
what
too
is
smart.
that career? What does she do?
She's a scientist.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, she's a
it's
scientist,
kind
but
of
what does
like-
she do?
It's kind of like all of the kids stuff where it's like you're a scientist ambiguously.
Yeah, that's all they need.
Like
is just
she
you're a
shows up and
scientist.
she helps Hook, and she's like, "I'm coming too," and stuff, and they're like, "Okay," but like what's her job title?
Yeah.
Like we know General Ross is
Hulk
a general.
Calmer.
Maybe she's like lead engineer or something.
No, she wouldn't be an engineer. She'd be a physicist, if anything.
We know Major Talbot is a major.
Yeah, that's true.
Betty is just Betty.
Well,
Well,
there's like a lieutenant or something.
you have to remember though,
Yeah.
this was made back in the 90s.
Yeah.
So it's kind of okay to do that.
Yeah. True.
So
You just have like generic soldiers, and then
Yeah.
Betty, she's there and she helps the Hulk. And like, "Why
she's
are
the
you
Hulk
always-"
calmer.
Yeah, we do get a
Oh yeah.
Sun's getting real low.
Sun's
big
getting
guy.
real low thing. So
we
she's
get
like,
we get that many times.
you
in
won't
this.
hurt me, and we get
Except it actually works in this.
You want to talk about the
instead
you
of
want
in
to talk
freaking
about the intro a little
Asian
bit?
Okay, so there's the
Oh.
opening theme song.
Yeah.
Is-
I was the only one
Hulk.
who heard this.
Hulk,
Incredible Hulk.
Hulk.
Incredible Hulk. That's all it is.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's
But-
in like this really deep voice.
And it's underneath everything else, so you really have to listen for it.
You can barely
can't-
hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it until we had the subtitles on.
Yeah, neither you or Cameron heard it the first
I
time.
wanted
I was
to-
the only one who
Yeah,
heard
I
it.
listened to that whole song. Like after you said that, we were all like trying to listen for it, and I was like, "What? I can't hear it at all." And then the second episode, you turned on the subtitles, and we all heard it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's freaking bizarre. Like
Yeah.
the whole series is just, if the series is anything like these first 5 episodes, if we get this again on a wheel, we're in for
Does
a
Rick
treat.
Jones show up in the first episode?
No, he's
Who's Rick
episode
Jones?
2.
Okay. Rick Jones, the coolest person
Yeah,
on
Wait,
he's
TV.
no, he does because he's on the phone, isn't he?
Yeah, he
he
gets
doesn't
called,
do
but he
anything,
doesn't
but
show
he's
up until the
there.
next episode.
Yeah. He's just kind of like, "I gotta bounce, guys."
Sorry, Uncle.
We find out. Oh yeah, he just leaves.
Ditches his uncle.
I thought he was
Yeah.
leaving his job or something. Like he worked
No,
as
it's just his uncle. Like that's all we know is it's his uncle.
That's terrible.
It's like
and rides away on his motorcycle.
in my mind, it's like his uncle just finished fixing his bike and he just dipped out without paying.
Yeah, and his
Yeah.
uncle's like, he says
Something along the lines
super
of
90s one-liner.
yeah, it's something along the lines of like, yeah, skip out on paying again, why don't you?
Yeah,
something like that.
that.
Yeah. it's not-
Let's just go into episode 2
Yep.
then.
I don't remember half of these episodes.
Me neither.
Do you want to do the synopsis real quick?
I did this for episode 2.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
can remember what it is.
Episode 2 is Return of the Beast Part 2. Got a 7.1 out of 10.
That is so surprising to me.
The Hulk escapes an attack by General Ross and runs into a pack of animals that were mutated in the same accident that
yeah.
created him. The leader sends the Abomination to capture the Hulk. The leader attempts to siphon off the Hulk's power, but Betty and Rick Jones manage to save him with the help of the irradiated animals. Irradiated
there you
animals.
go.
Thank you. Meanwhile, General Ross gets the government to fund Hulkbuster Technologies. This is when we get the Omega laser.
No, it's not. Is it?
Because that was during
the
that was like the
first
beginning of the episode when Hulk runs away from
Uh-huh.
Gamma Base.
Yeah.
When he's got this like giant laser thing.
Yeah.
I liked the Omega laser.
Didn't it just like put him to sleep though? Didn't it poison him?
No,
No, that
the-
was later.
That was later.
That was a
it
much
ju-
later
it just
episode.
basically launched him.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. He took it right in the chest and just launched him backwards. And he gets up. He's just like, why?
An abomination just gets away through the sewers.
Naturally.
somehow
Because he's
yeah.
an abomination. That's where
Rick
they live.
Jones, who I already knew was cool because he had a mullet and an earring and rode a motorcycle.
He
and
does
had
a
a
like
hood.
cool backflip,
And he
doesn't he?
talked like
He
a
does a- okay.
surfer guy.
Yeah.
Betty she takes one of the military vehicles and just drives off with it.
Oh yeah.
It runs out of gas, and she's got the gas tank, and she gets frustrated, and she chucks it in the air, and he launches out with his motorcycle, does a backflip, catches it,
One-handed.
and then lands, and is like, "Did you drop this?"
And somehow
and then he
his bike has enough gas to siphon off and fill
into
that.
instead of her
and
hopping
still
on the
drive it.
instead of her hopping on the motorcycle and them leaving faster, they take the gas from the motorcycle, put it into the truck, and then leave on the truck.
Yeah.
Apparently, there's that motorcycle's gas tank is just huge. It's like Hermione's handbag from the last Harry Potter book.
Yes. It's
Don't
a bag
think
of
about
holding.
it. Yeah, don't worry about it.
Why didn't you just say like Mary Poppins or something?
So I've never seen Mary
Something
Poppins.
that people watch.
You know, or call it a bag of holding because that's what it is.
Okay.
Link's backpack.
Link's
I think,
backpack,
I
yeah,
think this one was one of my favorite episodes though.
yeah, with the
abomination.
mutant
Yeah.
abomination
They were
animals.
cool. They were wusses though too, because they bailed him out in the first episode.
Yes.
Yeah.
Were they in
Or
the-
was it the first one or second one? They
It's the
ripped
second
up
one.
the Air Force.
The Air Force shows up and Hulk's like, "Oh no, this is gonna stop me."
Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
And then
And
they
every
start
sing-
going up, and he's like,
And every single pilot,
"Hulk, safe."
yeah,
Yeah.
every single
Help,
pilot
Hulk.
is
Well, they say that
Southern, too.
they say there's no
Oh
casualty.
yeah, that was so good. Isn't
Oh,
that the
no,
same
what's
voice
this?
actor?
Yeah, we're going down.
There's a giant scorpion thing in my helicopter. Somebody help!
Oh my!
I have one Southern voice.
Well, but that was the voice.
Yeah, because there's not that many voice actors in this.
Yeah. And all of them, every single soldier just sounded like that.
I bet if I looked at the voice cast, there would be.
There's not many.
I'm
so sorry.
Anyway, well, you're not allowed to be tired. It's banned.
Go
from
get me a
this.
monster.
I won't. Then, geez, the order of operations in these episodes is hard to remember because I didn't feel
Doesn't
like
he
writing
meet
out an entire.
Iron Man?
No, and I appreciate you
wait,
not.
No,
Doesn't he meet Iron
if
Man?
Iron Man shows up, I'll mention it.
That's the third episode, isn't it?
He
That's what I'm
gets
saying. Oh,
tired,
you're talking
and
about
they
within the
meet up
episode.
with him in the cave, and he's like, "These are my friends now."
Oh yeah, he's like at peace and stuff.
Well,
And,
and then-
Abomination captures the Hulk.
Yeah, Abomination captures
He
him.
shows up in the cave.
Yeah.
Because the leader is like, I predict that there's a 97%
Yeah.
chance that if we find the bugs, then we'll find the Hulk. They find the Hulk. They take him to his
Layer.
lair. I thought it was a spaceship. It isn't a spaceship.
Yeah,
They're
that's weird.
using robot flies as surveillance. That's a big part of the
That's
show.
what you do in the 90s.
It's what you do in the 90s.
Yeah.
Stupid bug.
I mean, they're bugging rooms, so
Hulk
naturally
smash.
it makes sense.
Hulk bash.
Hulk crash.
Hulk crash.
Yeah.
And then there's one that he says that's like not in the rhyming sequence.
Yeah, it's like he got so close but
And he
couldn't
goes
quite
like,
pull it off.
eat green.
Yeah.
So that's just one of his one-liners. 'cause
Yeah,
he
the
goes,
Hulk-
bash, Hulk smash.
the Hulk only
Smash!
has one-liners.
But he does talk a surprising amount.
He does.
Yeah.
Friend, Betty.
Yeah, but it's all like one word.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Mhm.
And the leader attempts to siphon off the Hulk's power.
In a
It starts
very strange
working, and
way.
he's getting big.
Yeah.
And Gargoyle is like, "Oh, give me your secrets." And leader's like, "Gargoyle, shut up." And Gargoyle's like, "I don't like you."
Well, and let's take into account
He
too.
starts
how-
taking all
And then
his
the
floppy
bugs,
disks.
and then the bugs and Betty and Rick show up
Yeah.
and wreck house.
Uh,
And the solution, because like,
Well, then the military shows up too.
yes, the military shows up too, and like Hulk turning into Hulk is what's powering the siphon.
Yeah. So
But he damages the siphon by just getting even more mad and
Yep.
overloading it.
Yep.
which
classic
is like
90s.
a typical Hulk thing though, because
Yeah.
he has.
That's a typical
infinite
cartoon
power,
thing.
essentially.
Dragon Ball Z did the same thing.
Yeah. You just overload
Yeah,
it
I
with too much
guess.
power. I saw that there was an episode of Star Wars Rebels where they did that, and
It's
they
not surprising at
blew
That
all.
must
up.
be.
They
that's a
blew up an
trope.
entire
That's like a
ship.
serious trope.
It is.
Because I see it in like every
Yeah.
superhero movie.
And we think the leader's dead. Spoilers, he isn't.
I know. I was bummed.
Gargoyle,
Yeah.
in what seems like a setup for an actually interesting plot line
Oh yeah.
that doesn't
Go
pay off.
anywhere.
Gargoyle steals all of Leader's stuff and is like, "Oh, now I have all of your secrets." It's like, oh, he's going to be the
And,
new
and
antagonist.
then the next time you see Leader and Gargoyle,
It's the status quo again.
They're rebuilding their lab.
yeah, and it's like, what happened,
And
Gargoyle?
Gargoyle is just getting pushed around again.
Yeah, I didn't appreciate that. General Ross gets the government to fund Hulkbuster technologies. You know, though I will need Hulkbusters.
Yeah.
Dun,
Oh,
dun,
yeah, then they
dun.
pull out the Gurins.
What?
The what?
Going home.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about.
What did you say?
Guns?
The Gurins?
The Gurns?
Gurns?
I don't know what they're called. I think it's the Gurins. The
you're-
giant metal robots.
Oh,
Stand on two
the
legs?
mech things?
Yeah, the
You're blocking the camera from seeing me, just as a heads up.
I don't know.
Camera
Gurins?
can actually still. see
Oh,
back
we get
there.
Gabriel Jones
You're-
in the next episode.
I'm gonna look it up.
I'll
I'm
just
pretty sure
I'll
it's
just
called a
jump into
Gurin.
the third
Okay.
episode now.
Hold on.
Are we powering through this too fast?
No.
No, we're
Absolutely not.
This might
We're
be a
on
shorter episode.
Two. we still have 3 more episodes to go to.
And closing remarks.
Closing your remarks for episode
Sometime
2.
Netflix, that was weird.
I liked it.
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Was that
Raw Power? This is a good one. 6.5 out of 10.
So apparently it wasn't a good one.
No. Shield dispatches Gabriel.
Oh, excuse me.
Please don't do that.
He's
Shield.
right into my mic.
Shield dispatches Gabriel Jones, a character who we've all heard of, to
Yeah.
General Ross to assist in the acquisition of the Hulk. Betty Ross recruits Doc Samson
Oh yeah.
Okay. I got
to help save Bruce Banner.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Bruce Banner works with a nuclear worker, Mitch McCutcheon,
Oh, yeah.
to cure him of the Hulk. Third attempt at this point. Or no, second attempt.
Yeah,
No, third, because he tries twice in the first episode.
true.
Unfortunately, the effort goes astray, and Mitch becomes Zax. Or I guess it's Zax.
Yeah,
There's 3 Z's.
Everything he says has multiple Z's on the
A
end.
dangerous being appear. Oh my gosh, it's pure energy. All of the electric puns.
Yeah. Oh, every single one had a bunch of
I
Z's at the end of it.
legitimately enjoyed.
Did
that.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
that's
He's
so
like,
annoying.
Yeah, it's
looks
Gurren.
like
It's
you're,
a Gurren.
Let me see.
Gurren Lagann. Have you ever seen that show?
Looks like you're
That's
gonna
one of the.
have
I don't know
a
if it's
power
done right,
outage.
but-
He's referencing that when he says Gurren.
Wow.
It's an
anime.
Yeah, that's what you call them.
That's
They're
not-
giant robots.
That's not even an
Well,
anime.
okay.
That's like an
Who-
ecchi or
Well, there's
something like
also
that.
from like oh gosh, what's it called?
Gundam.
Gundam.
Gundam's one of them.
You
Power
can just call it
Rangers
a
is one of 'em.
mech.
No,
Yeah,
it's
me-
called a Gurren.
Unless it's in Gundam, in which case it's called a Gundam. So you can shut up.
No, they're also called
Anyway.
Gurrens in there, I think.
No, no.
Who can
It's all
remember
Wanna fight?
any of his electricity puns? during
Puns?
combat? Because I'm drawing a blank.
I know he ran out of power at one point, so he's like, "I need more juice."
I'm sure he sent something like "It's shocking" or something.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sounds-
Like it's shocking, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it was,
Or like,
it was stupid.
you're having a power outage.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's one of them. Yeah.
Or no, he says, "I can't be having a power outage." I
Yeah.
think is what he says because he's run out of juice.
There were some good ones. They're hard to remember, but
they are.
Mitch was pretty great.
Mitch was he was a very interesting character because
Yeah.
it was the first time you see a loser.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know,
Like, guys, you won't believe what just happened.
He's very much.
The Hulk picked up my car and then
then
he
put it
let me go.
down.
I
Yeah.
think he liked me, and everyone's like,
I think he liked me. That line was so funny. Guys, I think he likes me. I really think he likes me.
He's very much. I don't know exactly what his name is. I think it's Electrode from Spider-Man 2.
Yeah, he-
Electro.
Is it Electrode or
yeah.
is it Electrode?
It's
Just
Electro.
Electro.
Is it Electro?
Yeah, there's
Okay.
no D at the end.
Well, anyway, it's
Electrode.
Michael.
No, it's
Mike
not
Fox?
Michael J. Fox.
Jamie Fox.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Fox.
I always
No,
remember
it-
just his last
The
name. for no
character is the
reason.
very.
It's
the characters are
confusing
very
because
sim-
the
very
J
similar.
in Michael J. Fox is Jamie, so it's Michael Jamie Fox. I don't know if that's right.
Yeah,
I
but
don't know what his
one
middle
has
name is.
2 X's at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So-
cool one has 2 X's.
Sure.
He is cooler. I mean, they're both really cool.
Yeah.
I
Really
mean,
cool, but
he
is
also
like
was
slightly
in the 2018 Robin Hood.
Yeah, he was in that, huh?
I liked that movie.
He's also
I
in
didn't
Baby
see that
Driver.
one.
Yeah, he was in Baby Driver. He gets a steel bar through the face.
Ow!
Dang.
In Baby Driver?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
Oh,
I was watching it on TV last
spoilers
night.
for Baby Driver. Jamie
I was-
Foxx dies.
I was watching it and trying to write at the same time, and it didn't work. Anyway, let's
Wow.
get back to tangent or not tangent.
Yeah, let's get back
Let's
to
go
the
beat by
tangent.
beat. Gabriel Jones.
We're going beat by beat.
Well, as far as this goes,
Oh,
just character by
no.
character. Not
Okay.
let's talk about Gabriel Jones first.
Who's Gabriel Jones again?
I know, right? I don't know who that is. A Shield person shows up, and we immediately assume it's Nick Fury because
Yeah.
who else would you send from Shield?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or we're like, I don't recognize him. Is he Mac from Agents of Shield? No. I got it. Gabe Jones.
Glad.
He was in Agents of Shield. He dies in season 2.
Oh, okay.
What?
He was one of the Howling Commandos in Captain America.
What?
The first Avenger.
Really?
Yeah, remember, his team that he goes around with
Yeah.
in World War II?
That's the Howling Commandos.
Gabe Jones is one of them.
Cool. I know
In
that.
comics, Gabriel Jones, I believe.
Is he the werewolf for the Howling Commandos?
Werewolf?
Yeah. The Howling Commandos is like Frankenstein, Mummy, the
No,
Thing.
no. That's just his group of soldiers.
Oh. Well,
Somehow
Ultimate
we all have like a
Spider-Man has-
different
Yeah, how Ultimate
Knowledge.
Spider-Man is something else.
of the same nerdy stuff.
Yes, so
we can't
he,
agree on anything.
he's in the so his first appearance is in Sergeant Fury and the Howling Commandos, which were originally a team under Nick Fury.
Makes sense.
So is this like?
So
the
it was
son?
originally a SHIELD team. It got adapted into the first Avenger as Captain America's team. But in this, he's just a SHIELD character. He's just one of the many SHIELD agents.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of SHIELD agents.
It was just weird that he showed
That
up.
it wasn't Nick Fury.
Yeah.
But he's mostly there to just make fun of Ross and for Ross to make fun of him.
Yeah, that was
They,
good.
they do a great job
He's
doing that.
He's a foil to Ross.
They do foil each other quite a bit.
They do foil each other quite a bit. General Ross continues to be angry. Nothing much to talk about.
Shocker.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Doc Samson.
Constant.
He has green hair.
Oh
has
my
green
gosh.
hair.
The entire time.
In
I
a
was like-
ponytail.
I was like, this
Yeah.
guy's cool, and then he He put on a superhero costume and did nothing.
Oh,
for the
he's
next
worthless.
3 episodes.
Okay, well, of course he's not in the dictionary. Explore Doc Samson.
So he must have powers because then he,
He
looks
does.
up a
He does have
training
powers.
class.
He saves Betty in one of the episodes.
So what is his powers then?
He's in the Incredible Hulk movie?
He's he's just really strong.
Someone. Yeah, he's just really strong.
He's Professor Hulk minus the green.
Because
He got gamma
at one
radiated.
point,
Yeah.
Betty says, she says that you did gamma radiation right
Yeah.
or something. So, like, he had a
Oh.
successful experiment.
Okay.
With it,
Yeah,
basically.
where Hulk just. I mean, granted, Hulk wasn't going for creating the Hulk.
No.
Yeah.
It just kind of happened.
Yeah, and he saved Rick Jones' life.
Yeah, which was really just
Yeah,
kinda
Rick Jones
weird.
was just riding a motorcycle in the middle of the
Oh,
desert.
yeah.
Yeah. Do.
I don't know.
And then they became best friends.
friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he saves him.
They are so cool.
I thought you were gonna say something else. I was like, no.
Mitch becomes Zax.
Electro.
Yes, he basically becomes
He becomes a nuclear.
I was gonna
Electro.
nuclear
Nuclear
yeah.
power.
He needs raw power.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
And
one.
he absorbs the
Infinite
nuclear base,
power.
and then he goes to Hoover Dam, and
just causes a ruckus.
yes, Shield and Ross are able to capture the Hulk in their
Yes.
anti-Hulk containment shell. But then they're like, Hulk, you need to go defeat that guy, and Hulk's like, Hulk help? Yes, Hulk help. And then he goes and he fights him, and he stops him from breaking Hoover Dam by
Well,
just dunking him in water, essentially.
wasn't it
Yeah.
wasn't it a thing too? Like physical attacks couldn't do anything to him.
Yes.
Yep.
Like they just go right through him.
Yeah, you just needed to deprive him of
energy.
Of energy.
Basically, yeah.
And by dunking him in water,
that did it.
and he ends up like floating down the river, ends up on a rock, and Ross is all saying, "Oh, now we'll never catch up to him. He's too far away." And then Hulk proceeds to stay on that rock for about 10 minutes,
Yeah.
not doing anything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just like pouring rain too. No, that's a different episode.
Yep.
That's the
There's-
next episode, I think.
Oh yeah, that's the one in
Episodes of a TV show. This is gonna be the next wheel may give us this issue again. I'm not gonna spoil it. We are on episode 5.
No, on episode 4.
Which episode?
4. Helping Hands, Iron Fist. Iron Fist is not in this episode.
Iron
though.
Man.
Iron
It
Man
really
is in this
is
episode.
called Iron Fist.
Yes. There's a superhero called Iron
Danny
Fist.
Rand's superhero name is Iron Fist.
No, I'm saying the episode is actually called Iron
Oh.
Fist.
But Iron
I
Fist
know
doesn't
who
show
Iron
up.
Fist is.
Yeah.
I know. This has a 6.5, which means it's the same as the last one.
We actually got more than I thought we would in this episode.
Yeah. Bruce Banner goes to California.
Is it called Iron Fist? Because,
Yes!
Because that one guy has the fist. The
No, it's
No,
it's a play on words because
No,
helping hands, Iron Fist. It's
No.
a hand joke.
What's the popular guy's name? The
Rick Jones?
Yeah, Rick
No,
Jones.
it's not about
He
Rick
literally
Jones.
puts on an iron
It's about the
glove.
Iron Man shows up, and it's a hand and fist thing.
I love. Okay.
Cody Sagers, are you going out of your mind the same way I am right now?
Cody didn't watch the show. He doesn't know what
my
we're talking
God.
about.
This is the episode where the shouting happens.
But I loved it.
It's Hulk. We have to show.
I'm going to
Hulk.
read the recap.
But I want.
Bruce Banner goes to California and attempts to contact Tony Stark. He is suffering from amnesia for some reason,
like how
and
he's talking louder.
he attacks Rick and Iron Man when they show up to help. Hulk regains his senses and transforms into Bruce Banner.
Shut up.
After a conversation with Jim Rhodes,
Also known as
Gabriel
War Machine.
Jones and General Ross realize where Banner is hiding. There's an H in where IMDb, and sends Hulkbusters to get him. Not the Hulkbuster suit, but people called Hulkbusters, who are also in suits, but not Hulkbuster suits. Stark tries to help Banner purge the Hulk, but guess what happens? The Hulkbusters interfere, despite the efforts of War Machine. Due to the interference, Banner transforms again, and Stark has to put on his special anti-Hulk armor.
Not Hulkbuster armor, anti-Hulk armor.
Cameron brought this up. The opening scene
I want to say something
in
about the episode.
okay,
Oh,
you say
yeah.
it first.
Thank you. This is the first time in cartoon I've ever seen zoom in, enhance.
Oh
Oh yeah,
that's
the
so
episode
good.
ends.
And they didn't even need to zoom
No,
in.
No, because you could tell
Absolutely
it was.
not.
Yeah.
It was right there.
When we'll just jump to that part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
General Ross.
It
No,
wasn't-
Gabriel Jones.
No, it wasn't. It was Leader. Leader showed up in this episode, didn't he?
No.
it was
No, it
General
was Gabriel
Ross.
Jones.
General
Leader
Ross.
Leader shows up.
Was it?
Yeah. He was like talking
Leader shows
with
up in one of
Road
these
or
episodes,
whatever.
but I don't know which one because it doesn't say in either of the recaps because it's so not
Minimal,
important.
yeah.
At one point, Leader shows up. We've already talked about it. But it's Gabriel Jones. Gabriel Jones calls War Machine and is like, have
Oh,
you
yeah.
seen...
Oh,
And War
Gabriel
Machine's
Jones
like,
does,
oh,
yeah.
I'm getting
They're
a call
Skype-
from...
they're
getting
Skyping
yeah,
each other.
They're Skyping each other. And War Machine's like, I'm getting a call from S.H.I.E.L.D. Rick, you should probably leave the room. Okay, and Rick just like stands
back-
a few feet away
He just
in
backs
shot.
up.
He just backs up. He's the camera. And then they finish the call, and Gabriel's like,
Computer.
computer, replay that video. Who's that in the back there? Zoom. Enhance.
Zoom in on this.
That's Rick Jones.
No, it was zoom in on this quadrant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Us looking at it, it was like,
Well,
why
no,
is
duh.
Rick is just like, he
Yeah.
tells him to leave, and he's just like, okay.
And he's got the power glove thing on that you were talking about, which has nothing to do with the episode.
He had a fist that was iron. Iron fist.
He was wearing it in the background too, wasn't he? Even though he was told specifically to
probably
take it
was.
off.
Yeah, and he almost there's not Jarvis, but there's a different AI.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember the name of it.
Okay, you
Could
gotta look that up, 'cause
probably
I can't remember. It's gonna
It was
drive me
weird
nuts.
though.
Where's my phone?
and it was
Oh,
like-
Grey Hulk is in this show.
I put
And it
my
was-
phone in a
well,
tree.
yeah, Grey Hulk.
Homer,
yeah.
Homer, that's right.
But the Grey
played
Hulk,
by Tom Kane.
Grey Hulk showed up when they showed you the
Tom
introduction
Jane?
for the Hulk. Because he started as gray and then
I
he turned
think
green.
that there's another Grey Hulk because there is a Grey Hulk in comics that's different.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. But yeah, and he like
Oh,
took
I
out
wonder if I can like.
gross. And he took out the computer as well.
Mm-hmm.
And Homer's like, "Don't worry, it's only expensive," or something. He says something like that.
Yeah, and he's like, he scared me again. Don't worry, I've thought about doing that to Homer too.
Yeah.
He's in the room. He's also a robot.
Yeah. Well, not even a robot,
So
AI.
how did Tony Stark with a secret identity?
That was weird.
Yeah,
It was weird,
super
wasn't it?
weird.
I think it's just because we're so used to everyone knowing though because of the MCU.
Yes.
Are you getting bored with the episode, Collins?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not. I just
Like touching things.
Logan is messaging us on Slack right now.
The tree vibrated.
The tree vibrates.
That's where I put my phone.
It was
Very
weird.
informative. Oh, that was my poster.
And also
yeah.
War Machine having a secret identity too.
Yeah. No,
Because Iron Man shows
was
up and he's
he-
like,
okay.
"Hey, Rhodey." I mean, War Machine.
Yeah.
Was he? Lots of lasers and
Lasers and stuff.
Yeah. But they
And-
brought the Gurns back again.
Yeah, they did bring the Gurns back again.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember.
There's a character named Ogress.
Remember
who
they
shows
just
up.
Ross just attacks the base with everything.
Oh yeah.
They just blew it up.
Yep.
And then Homer's all like, "I've calculated the damage."
Yeah, and then afterwards,
Yeah. Who do we bill this check to? The U.S. Army or Shield?
oh yeah, and they're like, "Oh, you were harboring a fugitive." I'm like, were we?
Were we really?
Were we though? Hey, my anti-Hulk armor.
Fought him to a
Did-
standstill.
Yeah, he didn't win like an Age of Ultron. But,
No.
Yeah.
I
mean,
brought him to a standstill.
Yep.
Yes.
can I say just now? I just thought of this
Yes.
actually.
Okay,
Uh-oh.
go for it. Cameron Jackson.
Every-
Is everyone
It's
ready?
not Iron Fist, okay?
What does that have to do with
Gosh.
that? Okay, so like it's like every episode he learns like a new word, but then he never goes back to those old words. Like the first, like I can't remember which one it was. But like one of the episodes he learns like
Friends.
saved, and then yeah, friend, and then another one was like iron.
Not friend.
Not friend.
That comes later.
the-
But this episode
No,
we did get
okay, this isn't the one.
the anti-Hulk thing rising up, and Rick Jones grabbing onto
Yeah.
it with his hand. He's like, "Hulk, you gotta get out of there." He's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I hear my friend." It plants the seed that comes in the next episode that Hulk.
Hulk has friends.
Hulk is motivated to help his friends more than he's motivated to help himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't able to break out until he heard Rick on the other side.
Yeah. And then Rick fell and Iron Man just went, "Oh, I got you. Don't worry about it."
So
Yeah.
he's a hero.
And the amnesia. The amnesia was the reason they were fighting.
Oh yeah, he got amnesia
Because
and then walked
okay,
to
okay.
Hollywood.
Anyway,
Yes,
I was gonna say
yes.
the opening of this episode with the gangsters.
The poor choice.
The poor choice, where we see a family, basically, a husband and wife or
It's a
something,
couple.
a couple running away from a car, and he's like, "Give me your pesos."
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, this is, This wasn't Disney yet.
Oh,
but
Marvel.
Marvel,
That was rough.
Oh, Marvel.
don't. And that's all we're gonna say. Just don't. And then he goes to a payphone, and he's like, Tony Stark. Ah! And then the bridge collapses for no reason. He's like, oh, I've got this voicemail. Tony Stark, this is Bruce Banner. Ah!
and he thinks not. He's like, just
It's like
Tuesday.
I wasn't sure what that meant.
And then Rick Jones shows up at Iron Man's house.
Oh,
and just,
yeah.
like run through all the security.
Yeah. Well, the security guy
I'm here
stops
to
and they're,
speak to Tony
they're
Stark.
talking, and the security guy's like, "No, go away, dude." And he's like, "Nah," and just takes his punch. And the guns all come out, and start shooting at him.
Yeah.
He's dodging all of them.
Yeah,
Like,
he shows
what's
up.
the use of your
Bruce, I'm here to
security?
help you. I know who you are.
Yeah.
Ah! And then he transforms immediately.
But then the Hulk's like, "Friend."
Friend.
The Hulk remembers, just Bruce doesn't.
Bruce doesn't. And then he freaks out and turns back into the Hulk. It's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
Yeah.
It's a whole thing. Do we want to move on to episode 5?
Please.
Yes. Please.
Cody Sagers, how long have we been going for? Do you know? 38 minutes. Oh, we're good.
Look at that.
Episode
We're right
5.
on time.
Innocent blood.
I think this one was my favorite.
I don't know what score this
Which
one
one
got.
was this one?
This one with Ghost Rider.
Yes.
Starts out.
This was so.
It
oh.
starts out.
This is a legit good episode.
Yeah.
I'll do the recap.
Okay.
Ghost Rider appears and tracks the Hulk, believing him responsible for destroying a town. Bruce Banner is hiding in a shelter in Chicago. That's a big distance from the last
Yeah,
episode.
but the Hulk can jump really far.
Right.
Sure.
When an accident at the shelter endangers a nun, Hulk tries to save her. Ghost Rider, however, attacks Hulk and chases him away. The nun survives. Major Talbot, because it doesn't say what. Major Talbot goes to Chicago with a tranquilizer ray, but he fails to capture the Hulk, who only grows angrier. Rick manages to convince Ghost Rider that Hulk is innocent. Ghost Rider and Doc Samson help the Hulk stay conscious long enough for the effects of the tranquilizer to wear off.
That's not accurate.
Dude, I just noticed Major Talbot
Yeah. Cool, we know, because
from
Hulk has to
Shield
stay
as
conscious.
well. They put
If
they
Hulk
put Major Talbot in
transforms into
Shield.
Banner, that's the equivalent of Hulk not being conscious anymore.
I didn't even
It
know
works.
that, Cody. No one's
But-
listening
but
to me.
they-
It's fine.
What?
Major Talbot is in Shield. That didn't even.
Yeah,
like,
he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That didn't even phase me the entire
You
time I
guys are
was
talking
watching
about
that
something
show.
I've never watched.
Becomes,
gotta watch that show.
He becomes,
It's on Netflix.
He becomes Graviton.
Graviton. This is like a
In
transformer.
season 5, he becomes Graviton.
What's that?
Graviton.
He
you know what Graviton
absorbs.
is?
Oh, the guy that controls gravity.
yeah, he absorbs a bunch of gravitonium,
Oh.
and he's like, I need to absorb all the gravitonium so I can defeat Thanos. And then Quake fights him and defeats him and sends it, flings him into space. And then in the next season, they
stupid.
never mention Thanos.
Okay, Cameron.
I thought Hulk was the one that beat Quake in the comics and stuff.
Well,
Or not-
Hulk's
sorry,
Hulk's
not
not going to
Quake.
show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, but I mean who beat Graviton? Because Graviton beat
yeah,
every.
well,
probably is.
again, Hulk's not going to show up in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Okay,
and
Ca-
characters from
yeah.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. are not going to show up
Cameron,
in the
for the
movies.
record, you not knowing who that character is exactly how Collins and I felt when you're talking about the mech suits. Okay.
The Guaros.
Yeah.
the Galaros.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
All right. Anyway, back to the episode.
I think this episode's really interesting because it's literally a redemption arc for Ghost Rider.
How is it?
Because he starts out thinking Hulk is evil, gets convinced
Oh,
Hulk
yeah.
isn't evil.
We get a weird loophole.
I mean,
because he's like, the Hulk is endangering an innocent life.
yeah,
He
I
finds
guess.
out that the innocent life is Bruce Banner.
I
It
feel
was-
like
that was a little weird.
I feel like the Ghost Rider always has a redemption arc though.
He does.
'Cause
No,
he always
does.
starts as this bad guy and then ends up being.
He always ends up not being able to control it, and then in the end he can control it.
Yeah.
Everything with Ghost Rider.
Yeah. But yeah, we get. The town never really gets fully explained. There's some town that's on fire. It's like, our peaceful town was destroyed by a giant green monster. And the
terrible-
in the
That was a
shelter,
terrible
I
accent,
don't know
yeah. That
because
was
I don't
awful.
remember what the actual accent was, so I
See,
just went with
I-
generic, not me accent.
I just would have said it and be like, this is what they said.
Hey, I gotta do voices. That's my thing.
Yeah, you have voices inside your head.
Oh no.
wanna talk about it?
Banner has a voice inside his head.
You're not wrong.
It's himself, and he's talking to himself in a soup kitchen.
It's an inner monologue.
I just wanted to.
Oh, yeah.
I just wanted to be alone. No, but he was talking out loud, and they didn't like outsiders, and I told them that they should not make me angry. And
So is he talking to Hulk? Because at one point during the comics he talks to the Hulk. So maybe is that what he's
Yeah.
talking to?
Maybe, and then the nun's like, I couldn't help but over
Yeah,
here.
the nun's just like, hey, I'm here.
Did you kill anybody?
No, I don't think I did.
I'm gonna go cook. Oh no, I've set the whole
yeah.
place on
And she
fire.
starts
no,
cooking
she
with
didn't set the
purple
place
fire?
on fire. It freaking blew up.
Oh right, because
Well, the fire was
gas
purple
hit
too,
the
so
propane
there
or
was
something like
something
that.
going on in that kitchen.
it was a leader, wasn't it? Leader did something to the gas lines?
No.
Because the fire was purple.
I don't remember.
Leader did
doing
something.
No, the fire was just purple when she
that-
was cooking.
It was the leader. The leader wanted to turn him into the Hulk, and so he blew up the soup kitchen.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
I like how he got out his
Okay.
chain.
yeah, that
And
was
then he
cool.
like did the fire ring,
yeah.
and you thought he was gonna
And-
like drag Hulk down to hell. But
Well, and
then he
Hulk tried to
didn't,
jump
but-
out of it, and it bounced him
Oh,
back.
yeah, that was-
It's like what? But it was weird though because so they drank the crap out of the Hulk, and if the Hulk
Oh, you find out that the tranquilizer makes his blood like
poison,
it poisons him. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
so only Hulk can handle the poison, not Banner. So Banner.
Yeah. If he turns back into Banner, then it'll kill him.
So they keep lying to him, saying, "We hate you. We don't want you near us. Go away." And Hulk just, and then he gets everything figured out, and they're like, all the poison burned out of him, and they're like, "Oh no, Hulk, we were just kidding. We were doing it to save your life." He's like, "Bull crap," and leaves.
Yeah.
and
It's like, what did you expect?
yeah, and I love the last image of this.
yeah. Apparently,
episode.
yeah. She just leaves the pot on for too long,
Yeah, it was an accident.
and then it hits a gas line.
Yeah. And
What?
whoosh.
Yeah.
I
and
was
then
really
whoosh.
kind of hoping that.
It would have been better
Leader
if
show
Leader
up,
had something to do with it. But,
Why the heck?
I love the last image of this episode is really cool because it was
Leader does show
literally-
up in this episode.
Can I finish my thought?
Yeah. Finish your stuff.
Let me think.
Finish, hurry, finish it.
Yes.
No, I want permission first.
Yes. You have permission.
You do
Hulk-
it, and then you ask for permission
Shut
later.
up!
You also have forgiveness.
You don't want to see me angry. The Hulk is sitting next to that gargoyle in the rain on top of that church.
Oh, it was
I thought it was so. I just really like that
gargoyles
image.
don't
Though.
have worries.
Yeah.
Sad Hulk. I want a sad Hulk.
Seriously, we
Jeff.
should get an episode of Sad Hulk.
And then that bug flies up and he squishes it.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
because
the
yeah,
setup.
that's
Stupid
the leader.
bug.
Yeah.
And Talbot shows up with his trank ray in the helicopter. He's like, "I've got you now," and Hulk just swats the helicopter
just
out, and
yeets it out of the
Talbot
way.
falls out. Like,
Well, it's not Talbot. It's the lieutenant guy.
yeah, that's Talbot.
It's Lieutenant Talbot.
No, it's
It's Major.
Major Talbot.
No,
Yeah.
because the other guy goes. Not lieutenant.
Major
not
Talbot.
Major.
Major Talbot's the one who
General
flirts with,
Ross with the mustache.
Betty.
Oh, why is
I hate
Major
Hulk.
listening to General?
Get me
That's-
pictures of
Because
Spider-Man.
everyone listens to General.
No, because a major is over a general.
Not in this show.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Major then General.
Yeah, General's the highest rank, dude.
No.
I've
Colonel's the
seen
highest
Star
rank.
Wars: The Clone Wars.
I've
The
seen
Jedi are generals.
I've seen Stargate.
SG-1.
Okay.
But I will look this up. Hang on.
Any-
Anyway,
up.
look it up. And so we talk about the scene where they need to keep him as the Hulk
Oh yeah.
in order so he doesn't kill Banner.
Mm-hmm.
And we get the Lassie thing where they like get Lassie to leave or whatever. If that's a Lassie trope, like we don't want you
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
Like, we're not your friends. All you've done is cause me pain and torment, and you're ugly. We're not your friends. And they're all just crapping on him because Doc Samson isn't able to fight him hard enough to keep him as the Hulk.
Yeah.
And it works, and the toxin gets out of his system, and then
General is the highest.
they all say,
Idiot.
"Oh no, he didn't mean it, Hulk. It was thing." And then Hulk confused.
Pay grade. Oh.
I'm assuming the more you get paid, the higher rank you are.
Colonel,
I think
Brigadier
it's actually the
General,
other way
Major
around.
General, Lieutenant General.
And
See?
Hulk,
Okay.
Sad Hulk leaves,
So you're a fool.
and that's where
That's
we ended the
weird.
show.
Mhm.
After that, just to give like people at home some indication of what happens next.
They need to watch the show to get an
Um,
indication what happens next.
Yes, they do. But some teasers. Doctor Doom shows up at one point.
And we skipped that
Fantastic
one.
Four show up.
And we skipped that one.
No,
Thor
we didn't
shows
skip it.
up.
We
And
didn't
we
get
didn't
to it.
watch the one with the ninja.
No,
Like,
we did
I
not.
wanted to just skip to it.
Yeah,
but
Cameron, why
Collins
don't
was
you
all
just
like,
go? Why don't you just
no.
go ahead and
Yeah,
do the Z
see, Rick
formation for
Jones
me
turns
real
into
quick,
Grey
why
Hulk.
don't
Z
you?
formation?
Yeah, why
Dude,
don't you just go ahead and
Dude,
do
see,
that?
I
Rick
don't
Jones
remember
turned into
that.
Grey Hulk.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
How do you do the Z
we
formation
get,
again?
I'll show you after.
Oh man, I was gonna do it in the podcast.
Doctor Strange,
Gonna go back there and do it.
She-Hulk, She-Hulk with a sword,
Forearm ninja.
the hybrid forearm ninja. 2 of the arms are robotic. 2 of the arms are his actual arms. But that brings us to the end of the show. Final thoughts, moment of the show. We've got a little more time, so we can do a moment per episode. How about that?
Oh, I can't remember a moment per episode.
Never mind then. Just
Oh, I
remember the
have I
show.
have some moments per episode.
Okay,
And I already talked about
you
my
can
moment.
You can have multiple.
I talked
moments.
about my moment. It was the Sad Hulk.
Sad Hulk. That is a good moment.
I love Sad Hulk, dude. Sad Hulk was awesome.
What is your moment, Cameron Jackson?
So one of my moments was the zoom and enhance,
Yes, that's a good one.
and then also from the same episode, which is 3, when they're talking about the bill. That was pretty good with
That was a good
The
one.
Bill?
Not Homelander.
Was
That's a
Shield
wrong
in
show.
the army?
Where
Oh,
he's like,
yeah.
I'm
It's like,
gonna
who do we
build.
build?
Yeah,
Do I
either
build the government or Shield?
Yeah, that was good.
That was a good one.
And then also when he's in that bug cult, and he's all like,
Oh, yeah.
"Oh, I'm
These
more
are my f-
peaceful now
These
that
are
I'm
my
here."
friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
They,
weird,
they
but I
are
love
like
it.
me. They are outcasts, seen from their own kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
You kidding? That wolf right there would have been the alpha in any pack
Oh yeah.
immediately. Although it was kind of a baby.
Alpha's not a real thing. Turns out, it's just family dynamics. There's no
But
such thing as an
you
alpha.
know what I mean.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a
would
whole
have
science
been-
thing. Look it up. There's no such thing as an alpha. My moment, I just forgot. No. Well, if I can't say anything with Rick Jones, because he's,
That's too much. He's in the whole series.
What about the gasoline part?
Although the backflip with him was pretty
the
cool.
backflip with
Yeah.
Rick Jones was pretty cool. Rick Jones breaking into Iron
Didn't he
Man's-
do a standing backflip at 1.2 to dodge something?
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
And he
does.
And he
He
jumped
jumps
like 12 feet
Yeah.
backwards. It's like
Yeah.
a video game jump.
Weird.
I did like Hulk eating Talbot's helicopter.
Oh yeah.
That was
ate
pretty
it?
good. No, I liked it.
Yeeting.
Eating. Oh, I thought you said he ate it. I was
Yeah,
like,
when he just
I-
grabs
I-
it and chucks it.
I heard eat too. I was like, no, but yeet up makes sense
yeah,
now.
yeet. Mhm.
I liked Rick Jones climbing on the back of Ghost Rider's motorcycle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
pretty good.
When he's grabbing onto the handlebars
Oh, it's
and
like,
his hands
the
are on
flames
fire.
of vengeance do not burn you.
You
That
must be
means
pure,
You're pure
or
of
innocent
heart.
or something like
It's
that. Yeah,
Yeah, I am. Just
Because his bike is apparently a unicorn.
absolutely.
Oh yeah, I have the mode of the show plus favorite episode.
Oh, here we go.
Wow, what was your favorite episode, Cameron?
Let me think.
You can't talk about the ones you watched in your own time.
Yeah. The ninja one.
It's gotta be the ninja one.
It's gotta be Iron Man, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mine's
And
Ghost Rider.
Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
They're all so bad, it's so hard to choose.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's.
That's a good question. I think Innocent Blood as well. I think with
You're
Ghost
just
Rider.
naming. That's just a name. Which one is that?
It's
That's
Ghost
what
Rider.
Ghost
You just
Rider.
said Ghost Rider.
Innocent Blood. Because it's the one where you don't have him trying to cure himself again. It's some actual
Oh, that's true. They
character
do break that
progression and
formula.
plot. It
Yeah.
moves the plot forward.
It's actually the Hulk.
Because
not-
it leaves the Hulk at a point where he doesn't trust his friends anymore, which is
Yeah.
interesting.
No, it is interesting.
Yeah.
Watch them in the next episode. Just completely ignore it though.
Yeah, it's just gonna be another formula.
Wendigo.
What? There's a Wendigo in the next one?
Wendigo.
Wendigo.
What's
Wendy-
that?
They swapped a letter and it's
I thought,
not a
it
Wendigo.
was Gigo.
Oh, so it's still the Wendigo.
Wendigo. Isn't it Wendigo?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
It is. The actual creature is a Wendigo.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They changed the name. Film
probably not the
information
correct
statistics for you.
No, absolutely not.
It's a TV show, so writing and directing is a mess, but I'll try to get through it. Written by Bob Forward, Meg McLaughlin,
Bob Ross.
John Semper, Greg Blair, Sidney Clark, Steve Granat, Greg Johnson, Bruce Reed, Schaefer, Stuart St. John, Len Wen, Jess Weinfield, Ann Austin, Diane M. Fresco, Douglas Sloan, Jack Kirby, and Stan Lee.
Jack
So,
Kirby?
so for the
Oh,
record,
because he made the comment, of course.
that's
yeah.
all the writers
But
for
they-
the entire series.
Yes.
Okay.
I wasn't able to find which ones were
Yeah.
for which episodes.
Me
And the directors I
Cody
said
were
before, but I'll say them again:
synchronizing.
Ron Myrick, Ernesto Lopez, Tom Tataronowitz,
That's a
Richard
name.
Trueblood,
That's a cool name.
Tataronowitz, yeah.
True Blood. That's a sick
Richard
name.
Trueblood, Dan Thompson, Dick Seabass, and Leo D. Sullivan.
That's true.
It
Trueblood
released
is a
2
dope name.
seasons.
It's a
It had a
really cool
run from 96 to 96. I believe the second season, no, it was 98.
Yeah.
Second season was 98. Had a runtime of, on average, 22 to 23 minutes per episode.
I thought there was 23 to
an
24.
average.
No, it was 22 to 23. Some had 21, but it was mostly those.
Interesting.
IMDb score of 6.8 out of 10, and it is not on Rotten Tomatoes.
Shocker. Shocking, internet.
I don't know.
Where
Fix that.
would we like to rank this? I'm not going to have the ranking on the screen because it was pretty hard to see, but it will be showing up right now.
Can we move your laptop so we can see?
Yes. I'll move the left.
I just
Stop
saw
that.
Oh, there it is. Move your head. I think it's like right above Tom and Huck. It's either 5 or 6.
I think 5's a good one. I kind of want to put it as 3.
No,
Like, it's not.
I won't allow it to go at 3.
It's
What's
gotta
your
go
vote?
above. Gosh. No. Noelle was definitely better than this.
Okay, so we're putting it
5.
at number 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to think about that for a
Yeah,
little
you
bit.
did. You had me worried for a second. I was like,
Yeah.
where are you wanting to put this?
I was like, I mean, it was fairly enjoyable, but then I remembered we
And
were
you will
just
see
making
the
jokes.
We made fun of
updated-
it the entire time.
The updated ranking. There. I can do that now.
You can.
I have the power. And that brings us
gonna be a
to
mess to
the
edit.
new wheel. This
Week's
week's
not editing it.
Yeah.
this week's wheel was submitted by email by BU.
Pew, pew,
B-I-Y-U.
pew.
BU.
Pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
Pew.
Dude, you can't do that on campus.
Oh, you're right.
We literally shot a thing with finger guns.
I know we did.
last week.
You won't see that for another.
This wheel
Who knows how long?
is
Yeah,
from
it's
the
gonna be on Instagram though, so look for it.
the collection on Disney Plus,
Okay.
Disney Channel.
Oh, no.
What?
Yeah, the Disney. It's a Disney Channel wheel,
Oh no.
Yeah.
which means movies, TV shows, some good, because it's got Disney XD as well.
Ooh.
I will go spin that right now.
So we could get, like, Ultimate Spider-Man on there.
No, we can't.
Why not?
It's not the good stuff.
It's not, they don't overlap?
No, they don't.
Oh.
Spinning the wheel
I'm
now.
so excited.
You know he's making the.
He
noise
is
out
making
there.
the
It makes
noise.
an actual noise.
We learned
There's a real
not to do
noise.
this.
It's right there. My goodness.
Yeah, let's see it. What do we got?
We got Lizzie McGuire, 2001.
I never watched it.
I watched Lizzie McGuire.
Did you?
Yeah.
Who's Lizzie McGuire?
She's the one who has like the little cartoon person that follows her around. She's got like almost like a split personality.
A Bitmoji.
Yeah, before Bitmoji was a thing.
Not
What?
the okay. It's not the Lizzie McGuire movie.
Can you
No,
pull
it's
up a
actual
picture?
It's
TV
just
show.
Lizzie McGuire from 2001.
Can you pull up the picture?
Cody is right
Just
now
look- Oh, is Cody pulling it?
on his phone.
Oh,
not
you
on the
could have pulled it up
computer.
on the computer. There's a reason why we have this.
Yeah, it's so we can show
So
that.
you can get on the
No,
computer.
that's
PNG
inaccurate.
Hey, no, it's better because you can't see this through the microphones. A PNG of the logo will be showing up now. There, that's Lizzie McGuire. My goodness, you.
Just watch the episode, Cameron.
Oh no.
Looks
This
like
is
we're
a
gonna
TV
be.
show,
we're
right?
Gonna be,
Yeah,
Yes.
yes.
This is a TV show.
It's another one of those like
Oh,
20-minute
that's
episodes. Right?
terrible.
2001 to 2002. It only had 2 seasons.
No,
Yeah, I
really?
wonder why.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's surprising.
Why is Cody's trying to get my attention?
See it, IMDb, it says it went from 2001 to 2004.
Oh,
It
but
took
there are only
3
2
years?
seasons on Disney Plus.
All right, how many episodes? Are we doing 5 episodes again?
We're probably gonna do 5 episodes, maybe 4. These are 23-minute episodes.
Let's do 4.
So
I have recently seen the first episode.
Let's do 4.
Within like the last year, so I remember the first episode.
I don't. Let's do 4.
You want to do 4? You want to
Yeah.
do Rumors Picture Day when moms attack and pool party?
Yes.
You sure you don't want to watch the one about rhythmic gymnastics?
Yes.
Oh,
let's watch that one just for kicks.
mean,
and there's a one with the four-armed ninja.
I love Pain.
Lizzie
Pain
McGuire
feels
is really
good.
one of those shows you don't have to watch it in order. None of the plots carry over.
So we can skip right to the ninja episode,
We
right?
could. We could watch the.
We can't watch the ninja episode of Lizzie McGuire. But we will just take a moment to just acknowledge the good we're doing in this show.
By watching this, so other people don't have to.
By watching Lizzie McGuire. Hey, if like also like people, this is like a book club.
Right.
Ideally, you're supposed to also watch it and then relive the experience with us and then send us your feedback. But so far, all you do is send us wheels like Disney Channel. Send us your review of the movies, please.
We want to read comments.
We've got about 7 wheel submissions, and not all of them are good.
Like this one.
Yeah.
I can't see that.
Yeah, dude,
From
his
your
eyes
side.
are awful.
But it's got 100% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is that a TV show or the
are
movie?
You,
That's the TV show.
Oh
you
my
gotta
gosh.
be kidding
A
me.
100
100%.
That's insane.
Average.
I mean, 12-year-olds with the internet. So.
Well, that's the critics' consensus, though.
Oh,
The audience is
Bye.
lower.
yeah, I agree with Cameron.
Thank you all so much for listening. If you like the show, which you did, please review us on iTunes and whatever podcast service you used to listen. Give us a 5-star review. It really helps the show. Share it with your friends. You can send your reviews or comments to WhereStreamsComeTrue@gmail.com. You can submit a wheel, such as a category or a search term at Disney Plus, which has worked fantastically so far. And if you send in your review, we will read it on the show in detail, and we will compliment you incessantly.
I'll make fun of you. I'm just going to be honest. I'll make fun of you.
Hey, you get a compliment from Collins and a diss from Doug.
That makes sense.
And that's the end of the show, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
No.